What's going on, guys? It's Rogadaman here, and today I just wanted to do a quick review of Destiny 2 Season of the Chosen. As you know, it's coming to an end on Tuesday, and Season of the Splicer is starting. I have a load of videos going up about Season of the Splicer, going over the new content, all that, just like I did at the start of Season of the Chosen. But I wanted to give a quick review of Season of the Chosen, because honestly, I think it's one of the best things that's happened to Destiny in quite a long time. So, we're gonna go and break down the story. We're gonna break down the different guns that you could have gotten this season, the Umbro Engram system, the Presage quest, and yeah, just to answer the question: is Season of the Chosen good? And hopefully by the end of this video, we would have answered that question for you. And yeah, getting straight into it, jumping into the story. The premise of the season is that Empress Kaito, who is the daughter of Callus, wanted Zavala to join her war council, and when Zavala didn't bow, we ended up going into a conflict with the Cabal over a series of different battlegrounds where we had to prove ourselves to the Cabal, and essentially in order to gain control over this battle and kind of push them out of the different systems and planets that they were trying to take over. This all then ended up culminating in a strike, which was the Proving Ground strike, where Kyle selected her champion and Zavala selected his champion, which was us, which came after Kaito, quote unquote, had put a hit out on Zavala. Crow ends up saving him, but doesn't actually show his face. He just reveals that the Scion was here hiding in the bushes trying to snipe Zavala. And that leads into the Proving Grounds. And in the Proving Grounds, we fight through Kaito's land tank in order to prove ourselves. Obviously, she sets up a bunch of different challenges throughout the Proving Grounds tank, which we ended up just avoiding, and ended up trying to destroy her her different champions and all of the different Cabal armies that are within the land tank, culminating in the boss fight, which is actually fighting Kaito's chosen warrior. And as soon as we defeat her chosen warrior, we are then seen as worthy, according to her, and then she ends up surrendering, and they come to a peace treaty. And that is how the Kaito portion of this season story ends, but then it is revealed that there is a mysterious faction of Cabal who are actually trying to kill Zavala. They were the ones who put the hit out on Zavala initially, and we go for a series of quests. We find out that they're using light suppressing weapons and mods so that they can stun the ghost in order so when they actually shoot Zavala, he can't come back. So essentially, what Aldrin's barons ended up doing to Cade when killing his ghost and then killing him, so obviously he can't be resurrected, which ended up failing because the Crow, or aka Aldrin, ended up saving Zavala in one of my favorite cutscenes actually, because it's so reminiscent of the final cutscene between Cade and Aldrin, where he's holding the Ace of Spades to Cade's head, but instead of that, we have the imagery of Zavala offering the hand out to Crow and offering to become a part of the Vanguard, essentially. He's obviously not the Hunter Vanguard. He seems like he's being groomed to become into the position of the Hunter Vanguard, but just not yet. But we'll have to see how the story progresses. There's also hints throughout the story, so if you stay around in the helm long enough, and you're not, say you're in front of the Envoy Engram system thing, you can hear Crow whispering or whistling Sabathun's song. And now there are some other characters who actually do that within the tower, like the Shax does that, I believe. Drifter does it as well, I could be wrong, but I know for sure Shax does it. So I don't know if this is Bungie setting up some kind of infiltration plot with Witch Queen, where we kind of conquered from the inside out through different sleeper agents. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, the Crow ends up coming good, and he saves Zavala, and Kyle ends up finding the Scion snipers, I believe, that ended up, who were actually trying to kill Zavala, and I believe in the second Nessus mission, the big Scion sniper man that we end up killing, I think is XL, or something like that is his name. He was the person behind the whole sniping thing. And Kaito ends up punishing them, and we're now in a peace treaty with the Cabal. Um, which then leads perfectly into Guardian games, and as you know, you should know by now, Hunters ended up dominating the Guardian games. We won by like 5 or 6 days. There are like still 2 days left, and we've already won. So that was that. The Guardian games was interesting. You could have gotten the Heir Apparent Catalyst. There's a bunch of different cosmetics that you could have gotten. The Hunter ornament set and the Titan ornament sets were probably my favorite from there. But moving into the new weapons, the loot. Was the loot any good this season? And yes, it was a stark improvement over the season of the hunt weapons, which none of them were really usable apart from the grenade launcher. I don't know why. It's a weird thing with Bungie. They can't really design a season. So the seasonal system, which we have, and then the yearly update system in terms of the expansions, they don't cross together in my opinion. So whenever Beyond Light was coming out and Season of the Hunt was coming out, they had to focus getting content for both. And it ended up meaning that neither of them had enough content to suffice to keep the community going. Whereas a non-expansion season, such as Season of the Chosen, has a ton of loot, has a ton of stuff to do, has a lot of replayable content. It's a no-brainer here that maybe when we have an update, like an expansion, that we don't have a season launching at the same time. I'm not saying don't have a season around that time at all, but it could be a better idea to just have the expansion and let the expansion breathe on its own, and then we have the season, say, a month later, once all of the expansion stuff has been explored, the raid has been done, and then you drop the season, and that's giving you the extra month to then work on more content for this season and get it going. So that's just how I would have approached it. But anyway, the loot, the extraordinary rendition, the rocket launcher, all of the loot was just really good. The bow was really good. The new frenzy perk. It was just all really good, and Battlegrounds was a really good way to do it. So what you do in order to get hammer, you had your hammer approving, and in order to get hammer charges, you had to go into the Battlegrounds activity, which is the footage you're seeing on your screen at the moment. And once you beat the Battlegrounds activity, you smash the chosen chest at the end, and you end up getting loot from it, seasonal loot, and as you unlock the battle pass, I believe, you get more loot from that. And then as you upgrade your helm reputation, you'll end up getting getting better unlocks. You can get multiple hammer charges. You can get random drops at focused engrams. So yeah, it's really in your benefit to unlock all of the helm upgrades within this season. And another thing that they actually ended up introducing was the seasonal challenges. Now, the seasonal challenges, oh my god, they were great. I don't know why it took them this long to introduce it, but thank god they did, because it made grinding the season pass so much easier. Especially with the ghost mods Blinding Light, you can just combine that, pop all of the seasonal challenges, bish bash bosh, especially with challenges that gave you 4 times XP. You could just bang out the season pass, and as long as you are completing as many of those seasonal challenges as you can, there's no reason why you can't just complete the season pass. It's really not that hard. They've made it easier than ever to get all of the rewards that you could possibly want from that season pass. Like, I think I'm ending the season on like season pass 205 or something like that. And keep in mind, I don't have all the time in the world to play. I play when I can. When I'm recording when I'm recording for videos, or when I have some free time when I'm not doing university work. So for me to get to 205, considering I only got to like 102 last season, it's a big thing. I've essentially completed the battle pass twice, and even people that I know who work full-time jobs have been able to complete this battle pass. So they've made it really friendly towards the player, which is good. They want to be making these systems as friendly towards the player as they possibly can to encourage them to play more in their free time, which is what this system does. Now, I want to touch on Trials of Osiris because it's something that I got to experience for the first time this season. Now, yes, it's sweaty. It's the competitive game mode. Of course, it's going to be sweaty. My one issue with Trials is that they have the light system in there, or the power system. So if you're a higher power than somebody else in the lobby, then that means that you're going to do more damage to them, and that doesn't really sit right with me, especially within a competitive mode. But the loot. The loot is what's made me want to play Trials this season. So the Messenger, Igneous Hammer. Oh, those guns are just great. And Solar Scar, which I don't believe I managed to get Solar Scar, but Solar Scar is a really good weapon. And then there's Exile's Curse, the fusion weapon. And yeah, just trying to get the good rolls and those. And oh my god, quick draw on the Igneous Hammer is amazing. They even gave you a even better chance of getting the Igneous Hammer because I believe there was a seasonal mission that also let you get the Igneous Hammer for winning. I think it was like 5 rounds or 7 rounds of trials. You didn't even have to like win games; you just had to win rounds, and you got it. You just got the Igneous Hammer. So they've given you as many drops for these meta-defining weapons as you could possibly want. You just need to be able to find the fire team to get in it. And yeah, I understand. It is hard to put together a fire team, but they were looking for group discords, they were looking for group. I believe there's an LFG app that you can get. There are ways for you to try and find a fire team if you don't have any friends who are playing, but I can understand meeting new people, and that might be a reason why you don't want to go into trials, and I completely understand that. Um, but yeah, that's if you want these weapons, and you're gonna have to find a way around it. It's just how Bungie have done it, and they are looking at ways of incorporating the solo player into Trials of Osiris in future seasons. Don't think it's in season 14, but it is happening in the future. So sit tight, and you should be able to play Trials sooner or later. I believe when crossplay comes, they'll probably figure out a way to let solo players into Trials just to increase the population of the playlist a little bit more. Iron Banner, I'll touch on Iron Banner a little bit. It's got new weapons coming this upcoming season, but they've just neglected Iron Banner. It's sweaty and it's not fun to play a lot of the time, which I used to enjoy Iron Banner, but like once you got all the loot and all the roles you want, it's like why am I playing this? Why am I not just playing Control, which is a non-competitive version of this? So yeah, but one thing they did do right was playlist exclusive weapons. So obviously, I've touched on the Trials of Osiris weapons. We had Nightfall weapons, Shadow Price, Palindrome, and Swarm. And I actually managed to get an Adapt Palindrome, which I'm really happy with. You can see me using it in this gameplay as well. But also, they ended up introducing some for Gambit. So there's the bottom dollar and the fusion rifle. There's the Frozen Orbit in PvP, and in PvE they introduced the Royal Entry rocket launcher, which is one of the best rocket launchers in the game. And then there's obviously the Xeno class shotgun, and I believe there was one other. Oh yeah, there was Axion pulse rifle as well that you could get. So there's a lot of loot to chase this season, and I'm really happy about that. Loot is where they really stepped it up this season, and they're stepping up even more in Season of the Splicer. Like 30 new weapons going into Season of the Splicer. That's freaking insane. So yeah, loot is a plus for me in this season. Going into the exotic pinnacle quest, which was Presage, you go onto a ghost ship and you explore it. It's I believe it's one of Calus's old ships because you get different quotes of them, and it's got a really creepy atmosphere. Obviously you have the same boss each time. It's not like Hawkmoon, you don't have a different path, but there are different unlockables you could have gotten each week for doing Presage. Obviously, you got your Pinnacle and you got your Dead Man's Tail drop, and oh my god, if you can do the master version of Presage to get the catalyst for the Dead Man's Tail, it is a hipfire machine. And I'm kind of glad that we're getting another Pinnacle mission going into Season of the Splicer. I really enjoyed doing those weekly Pinnacle missions. Now, obviously, this doesn't come around until June in Season of the Splicer, whereas I think it was like week 2 of Season of the Chosen we got Presage. But Presage was probably my favorite version out of the 2 Pinnacle missions we've done so far. It's probably my favorite. The boss fight is really fun. It's really fun doing with friends, doing the timing, and I've just had a lot of fun with Presage. So yeah, I'd give Presage an A plus as well. Finally, I want to touch on the ritual weapon, which was the Salvage's Salvo. Obviously, you had 3 different ornaments. You could have gotten it from the 3 different playlists. You could have got it from a quest in any of the 3 playlists, and it's such a good weapon. Ambitious Assassin, and then the explosion perk that you can get on it. Oh my god, it just makes it so good because you get double. If every kill you get, you reload your magazine to 2 rock grenades, and it's just so good. Probably one of my most used weapons this season, along with the extraordinary rendition. So yeah, that is pretty much all I wanted to cover on Season of the Chosen. I'd say yes, it has been a very good season. They've stepped up their game on the loot. The story has probably been the best it's been in a while. The story's in a really good place. Character development is great. The playlist activities all felt good to play. The seasonal mode felt good to play. So yeah, it's just a really good season. I would give this season probably an 8 or 9 out of 10. The only way it's let down is probably Iron Banner and Guardian games, because Guardian games really wasn't as much as it could have been. It just felt like Bounty Simulator trying to bank as many medals as you can, but then you had to go back to the tower each and every time. So yeah, those were my overall thoughts on Season of the Chosen. What did you guys think of Season of the Chosen? Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!